Good evening and a very warm welcome to Singapore Business Tonight. I'm Gerard Lam. Over in the airline industry, questions are being asked about the future of Value Air and Jetstar Asia after the two carriers said over the weekend that they had called off merger talks. According to some industry watchers, negotiations hit a roadblock because Jetstar Asia wanted to take over Value Air, while Value Air only wanted a shareholder who could inject funds. Now, low-cost carriers have been struggling amid keen competition, and some analysts have already been talking about consolidation. I spoke earlier with Pascal Bordat, the CEO with Fair.net, and asked about the implications of the breakdown in talks between Jetstar and Value Air.
Well, I don't think there will be any dramatic impact on the aviation industry. I mean, this, I would say, new sector of the airline industry, the low-cost carriers, is a very dynamic one. If you look at Europe as an example, there are over there about 60 low-cost carriers, and almost every week there are new ones coming up. Some of them fade away, and there are some mergers and acquisitions. So what we're looking at here is what is happening in general in the world in this area.
All right, Pascal, there is a rumor that a reason for the failure of talks is due to Jetstar Asia wanting to take over Value Air rather than merging with it. But right from the start, some were saying that the two carriers do not fit in terms of business models. What is your take?
Well, I mean, I cannot speak about rumors, but from outside, what I can say is that both carriers were quite complementary to each other. I mean, they had access to routes which were complementary. They had a couple of routes where they fly together, and they could have increased the frequency and be better equipped to compete. Now, it is true that both have a slightly different model. Jetstar Asia is more, I would say, a pure low-cost carrier along the lines of a Ryanair or EasyJet, whereas Value Air is more of a hybrid between a pure low-cost and a full-service airline.
What are the alternatives now for Jetstar Asia and Value Air?
Well, I mean, I guess I see essentially three of them. They can try to go on their own because, after all, I mean, both of them are very young, and I think it's a big market out there. They just have to find a way to weather out the delays in obtaining landing rights in some countries, and also go over the problem of the high fuel cost. And so maybe they have to turn around back to their shareholders and ask for some relief and to be able to wait for better times. That's one thing they can do. They can also sort of continue to talk to each other and find ways to cooperate without merging, and maybe sharing activities so they can cut costs even more. Even bigger airlines, competing airlines, do that all the time. They share maintenance, for example, aircraft maintenance or reservation systems. I mean, there are many areas in airline processes that where costs can be brought down by sharing those activities.
Pascal Bordat from Fair.net. And that concludes this edition of Singapore Business Tonight. Thanks for watching. Good night.